everybody coming out. Can I see some hands on who came out last time? Oh yeah. All right, well, we appreciate y'all and appreciate the new people that just came. I want to introduce, these are my my straight like support system right here. My mentors, you know, we got J May here, we got Gemo Wong. You know, starting out my career, I was young, and these guys just guided me, you know, kept my head on straight, and it's just a pleasure to have them out, man. I just really wanted to make sure that ATL got the love, and, you know, it's Saturday after Saturday, release after release, but, you know, y'all make it happen for both Wish and for Jordan Brand, so I just want to, you know, give y'all something special and be able to ask questions and, you know, just be inspired. So, without further ado, my man G is going to get on the mic and explain his story. Appreciate y'all. A lot of people back there. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Okay. Again, I think on behalf of the brand, J May and I want to thank the Wish team again for bringing us out here. I want to really thank you guys for making this happen. So another round of applause, please, for the Wish team. So I don't know where to start. I feel kind of crazy telling my story because I was just a little kid from Southern Illinois growing up, but it all started with me with a particular shoe. So I see a lot of heat on tonight, and people bringing out the best kicks. I brought a couple of pairs out myself, but who here likes the AJ3's Cement? Who likes that shoe at all? It's one of the best in my mind. And that's where it all started with me, growing up in Southern Illinois, this small town called Cairo, Illinois. One stoplight that blinks. We don't have a Dairy Queen, we have a Dairy Hut. That's the type of town we live in. We had to drive an hour out to the local Foot Locker. That's where there wasn't great stores like Wish back in the day. So I begged my mom to buy me the Cement AJ3s. $100. Everyone was trying to step on my feet when I got home because they were so jealous. So it kind of like all started from there. My appreciation for sneakers and design. I always drew since I could pick up a pencil. I can remember I just wanted to draw, so I drew my entire life. And I think that was a start for me in terms of design. So anyone out there who likes to draw, just keep it up. You'll get somewhere along with your motivation. So I grew up, well, I went to high school in Southern Illinois, but I did a lot of my growing up in Chicago, Illinois, where J May's from. We didn't really know each other, but we know there's a lot of the same people now. So anyone from Chicago here tonight? Chicago? All right. I did a lot of my growing up, went to school in Chicago, 2 years at DePaul University. I thought I made it. When I went to the city, I thought that's all I wanted to do was get out of this small town. I started studying marketing, and I knew that there was some classes I didn't like, in particular math. I was terrible at math. And so I was like, I knew there was a great school in Chicago called the Art Institute of Chicago that has a great fashion program. So I put this portfolio together practically overnight and submitted it. I got an interview and I got approved to take their fashion program. I didn't know how to sew to save my life, and I was messing up constantly my first couple of years. Kind of like feeling bad about myself if I made the right move. And I started just building confidence. I started meeting the right people and networking, and I think that's the biggest lesson, even to this day, is networking. I still do it in Nike. And so I just networked. I started gaining confidence and started getting these little mini scholarships at the school, which helped pay for a very expensive program. Long story short, I graduated finally, and I took the first job. I knew I had to get to New York. I was like, that's because there's not much in Chicago, as much as I love Chicago. And I finally got to New York. I took the first job, which was a small company called Michael Simon. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but it's basically like these sweaters for like your grandma would wear. These reindeers or like snowflakes that you would embellish. Exactly. So I knew that was just a stepping stone. I just wanted to get to New York. I lived in Jersey Heights, took the bus in, was nothing glamorous as fashion may seem. And then I just quit after 9 months. I had one connect at this one company called Aniche. I don't know if anyone's heard about this company, Aniche. I had one connect, and I called him and I quit Michael Simon. I was like, man, can I get an interview? I got an interview. I told him I knew this program called Illustrator. I didn't know Illustrator. And taught myself. My mom fortunately got me a computer, and I taught myself Illustrator practically overnight again. And worked at Aniche for 3 years as a big learning lesson at Aniche. It was a grind, and I worked my butt off for 3 years. It was a very strenuous job, very stressful, kind of typical New York fashion job. Quit that, went to Fat Farm, became the design director there. After a year,
that was a big leap.
Yeah. Exactly. And then Sean John was on top of the world, Puffy. So I went to him, worked for him for a year. In the meantime, I was always networking with Nike. Even back in school, I would always network with Nike, call, and I got to know the recruiters. So anybody who knows anyone at Nike, keep banging on their door, because it'll get you somewhere someday. So I kept on knocking on their door. Eventually went to Gerbeau, became a design director at Gerbeau, and then finally the call came. Finally the call came to work to be the apparel design director for Jordan, and I didn't think twice. I left, broke up with my girlfriend, and just took off to Nike. Gotta do it. It's Nike. She still hates me to this day, but yeah, I still send her shoes. But that's when I met Jason, and we're great friends since. I didn't know anyone, and he took me in Thanksgiving. I'll never forget that. From there, 4 years as design director of apparel there, and then I switched over to sportswear, where I was doing some of the sportswear early, kind of amplify stuff. And then I kept on networking in Nike. You never just stop. You just never stop. Because people are always switching jobs. This opportunity came up to where I could be the design director for this group called Icons. So I don't know if anyone knows about the Icons in sportswear, footwear, but it's all the greats: Air Force One, Dunk, Cortez, Max 90, Max 1. So I interviewed, just threw my name in the bucket. My boss, or the future boss at the time, I was good friends with, so that helped. And interviewed, it took about 6 months, 6 to 9 months, but I finally got it, so thank God. Because that kind of opened up a new chapter in my career as a designer at Nike. From there, I went to special projects. So this last year, if anyone knew about the Supreme Air Force Ones, the Pythons, I was involved in that whole project for about a year, a couple other releases, and then Larry Miller came back to the brand, to Brand Jordan, who was the president of the Portland Trailblazers, and my old boss at the time when I used to work at Jordan, and he came back. Jason came back, a couple others came back, and it felt like the band was coming back. So it seemed like the right time for me to come back, and they just I just started talking again, networking, and talked to a few people there. My future boss, Keith Crawford, and he kind of created this job for me, which is what I'm doing at this current state, which is what you guys see it on these posts here as the design director of Energy Footwear. So what that means is I not only do footwear, I do apparel. I do all the basically the fun stuff, right? All the premium executions. I'll take all the great work that Jason does and just elevate it and make kind of this energy execution on it, whether it be beautiful materials, limited units, and I do the same with apparel. So the project that I first worked on, maybe that you've seen, is the shoes that he's wearing, the Lots, the Justin Timberlake, Legend of the Summers. That's what I worked on, and I got a lot of great things coming forward for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you for your time. That's my story. Short but sweet.